In order to understand life on Earth, you need to understand the unifying theory of biology, evolution. Evolution explains how diverse life forms are descended from a single ancestor. It's defined as the way that life forms develop adaptations to their environment over time by passing them on to offspring. Evolution is driven by another process called natural selection, which explains how populations change in response to environments. Environments themselves may be altered by any number of factors: climate, geology, or predation, for example. Individuals in a single species may have traits that help them survive these environmental changes. For example, an animal might evolve protective features like stripes that help it stalk prey animals more efficiently. Since these individuals survive longer and have more offspring, passing on more of their genes to the next generation, they can be considered more reproductively successful. In time, the traits that have helped them survive will become more common in the population at large, because they'll have more offspring than the individuals without the advantageous adaptation. So the animals with protective adaptations will outnumber the animals without it. Natural selection is the name for this whole mechanism. One common ancestor can give rise to many different species as adaptive traits for different environments are passed on. The so-called Darwin's finches are a famous example of natural selection shaping the evolution of different traits. Charles Darwin observed that specimens of these birds on separate islands in the Galapagos had a great diversity in beak size and shape, as each species was adapted to different food sources. Darwin realized that all these species could have descended from a single species that spread throughout the islands, with natural selection determining how the beaks were shaped over generations. Evolution and natural selection account for the great diversity of life on Earth, but it's also apparent in contemporary medicine. Natural selection explains why antibiotic-resistant bacteria are such a concern. If even one bacterium among millions has the ability to resist being killed by an antibiotic, its offspring will account for the next generation of that kind of bacteria, leading to widespread resistance.